Namaste and welcome to our podcast. My name is Anusha Lakkanna, and with us today we have, with all the pride and privilege, please help me to welcome one of the most dynamic and efficient officer from the IAS department. So please help me to welcome the ex-officer Shri Bharat Lal Meena. So namaste and welcome to the program.
Namaskaram.
It gives us pride and privilege to welcome and to have you on our show, sir.
Thank you.
So all these years, you have given a wonderful service from the IAS batch. So if we start your journey, I would like to start this podcast through your journey, sir, from your life journey. So please let us know from your childhood days, briefly.
I am one of the six children to my parents, and I am second. I had elder sister, and I come from a very rural village known as Sundari in Sabai Madhopur district of Rajasthan state. During childhood, actually prior to our generation, there was not much of education. So my parents were illiterate, and even girls were not sent to schools. My elder sister and other sisters were not sent to school. We were fortunate to go to school. We had a primary school there. So up to primary I went to village. Then in high school I went to another village. Then for college education I went elsewhere. And for post-graduation I went to Jaipur. And that's how the life started. And I studied in Hindi medium. Then later on learnt English subsequently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sir, आप बताइए कॉलेज के बारे में.
हाँ, कॉलेज मेरा करौली टाउन में हुआ. वो एक स्मॉल टाउन था उस टाइम में. अभी तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर बन गया. तो कॉलेज जाने में उस टाइम में ऐसा लगता था बहुत, मतलब अलग जगह जा रहे हैं, जो लोगों को जानते भी नहीं है. बहुत डर भी रहता था, कोई रैगिंग होगा, ऐसा होगा, ऐसा डर भी रहता था. एंड मेरे कॉलेज में जाने से पहले मेरे गांव से केवल 2 ही बच्चे कॉलेज में गए. उससे पहले ग्रेजुएशन लोगों ने किया नहीं था. तो मेरा एजुकेशन वैसे गांव में हुआ 5वीं तक. उसके बाद में हाई स्कूल हुआ, और हाई स्कूल भी गंगापुर सिटी करके गांव में, वहाँ पर हुआ.
आपको स्टडीज़ पे इतना इंटरेस्ट कब आया सर? आपको कब पता चला ओके मुझे आईएएस करना है, एग्ज़ाम्स लेना है? वो थॉट कैसा आ गया?
फ्रैंकली पूछो तो मेरे को आईएएस के बारे में कुछ पता नहीं था जब तक मैं एमए नहीं किया. जब तक मुझे कोई पता नहीं था कि सिविल सर्विस कैसे लिखते हैं, यूपीएससी में कैसे एग्ज़ाम देते हैं, उसके बारे में कोई मेरे को ज़्यादा जानकारी नहीं थी. मेरे पड़ोस में तो 2 लड़के रहते थे जो तैयारी करते थे उसकी, उस टाइम में सिविल सर्विसेज की. तो उनसे मैं पूछा करता था क्या करते हो तुम, क्यों इतना पढ़ते हो. तो उन्होंने इसके बारे में जानकारी दी कि कैसे यूपीएससी की एग्ज़ाम होती है, जैसे सिविल सर्विस की एग्ज़ाम में तैयारी करनी पड़ती है, कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्ज़ाम होता है, उसका नोटिफिकेशन आता है. तो उनसे सीख के थोड़ा मेरे को इंस्पिरेशन हुआ कि ये लोग कर सकते हैं तो मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकता. ऐसा मैंने सोच के तैयारी चालू की.
सर आप शायद 1980 और 1981 में आरबीआई में था ना?
हाँ, मैं सर्विस मैंने 1979-80 में मास्टर्स पास किया पॉलिटिकल साइंस से. उसके बाद मैं नोटिफिकेशन आया था तो मैं रिजर्व बैंक में अप्लाई किया. वहाँ क्लर्क कम कोऑर्डिनेटर एग्जाम में मेरा सिलेक्शन हुआ. तो बॉम्बे में जाके मैंने नौकरी शुरू की वहाँ से. उसके बाद मैं स्टेट बैंक ऑफ पटियाला में प्रोबेशनरी ऑफिसर बना. फिर स्टेट सर्विस पास करके राजस्थान एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सर्विस में ऑफिसर की तरह 2 साल काम किया.
सर आरबीआई तो डिपार्टमेंट वैसा ही सब कुछ ठीक ठाक है, एक सरकारी नौकरी है. आपको कैसा लगा 80s में ही आपको सरकारी नौकरी लग गया? सो आरबीआई सिक्योर्ड जॉब था, और फिर आईएएस एग्ज़ाम्स लेना, उसका तैयारी करना, घर में कैसा था माहौल? सपोर्टिव था?
नौकरी लगने के बाद तो फिर घर का सपोर्ट उतना जरूरत नहीं था. आई वॉज ऑन माई ओन. But then I wanted to join the highest service in the country. That was my aim, because I met people earlier there. So I got inspired that I'm not inferior to anybody. So I can pass. So I learnt English, and with English medium I passed the civil service.
So
though English was not my medium earlier.
हाँ. So आपने हिंदी से इंग्लिश
इंग्लिश सीखा. इंग्लिश सीखने के बाद में फिर उसमें इंग्लिश में आरएएस पास किया. आरएएस के बाद में आईएएस पास किया.
ठीक है. अभी का जनरेशन में आईएएस पासिंग इज वेरी टफ. हाउ वाज दैट ऑन दोस टाइम?
In those days also it was not easy, it was difficult. कोठारी कमीशन के रिकमेंडेशन एक्सेप्ट की थी उस टाइम में गवर्नमेंट ने. काफ़ी लिबरलाइज किया. उसके बाद भी वो क्वेश्चन पेपर तो डिफ़िकल्ट होते ही हैं, एंड हर साल क्वेश्चन पेपर यूपीएससी चेंज करती रहती है, तो पैटर्न भी चेंज होता है. जैसे जैसे टाइम चेंज होता है, टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज होती है, उस हिसाब से क्वेश्चन पेपर भी वो चेंज करते रहता है.
सर, इफ़ यू गो बैक टू 21 years old, how did you prepare for the exams at that point of time? Limited sources रहता था.
I would be more aware of the new technologies and new things which were not there earlier. Even access to books was limited. We used to only listen to radio. Newspaper was also not available everywhere. So those were difficult days. Now information explosion is there. Everywhere information is there. But then what information is useful you have to know. That's important.
So how was the first day of being an IAS officer? After the exams pass हुआ और सब कुछ हो गया, you're reporting as an IAS officer.
Oh, of course, it is a 40 years old story now. We were happy that we could pass the examination which great people passed. Civil services it used to be earlier, and I could satisfy myself that I have achieved what I wanted to achieve. But then the actual journey started from there. As IAS officer, what I can do to the people, that journey started from there. That visualization started from there. Because I come from a very humble background. My parents were illiterate. Village had no electricity. There was no road to the village. So, having come from that village, I thought that whenever I get opportunity, should do my job better. That journey started.
हर किसी के लाइफ में एक इंस्पिरेशनल पर्सन, मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर और पर्सन रहता है. आपका जीवन में कौन है?
मेरे इसमें इंस्पिरेशन कोई ऐसा स्पेसिफिक नहीं है, बट वी यूज्ड टू गेट इंस्पायर्ड बाय आवर टीचर्स. देयर यूज्ड टू बी वन हेडमास्टर हु वाज वेरी committed and good in middle school. Then, as I said, my colleagues inspired me about civil service. And then the greatest inspiration was from the parents themselves. With hard working, they brought us up and gave us education. And that's they were the real heroes in that sense.
Sir, you have in your service you have served various parts of India. So especially in Karnataka, you have served in Belgaum, Shivamogga, and other regions. Which was the toughest to handle? What was the most challenging role? In government service, if I tell you now, every job is tough in that sense. Because every job has some demands from the civil servants. But I found the job of chief executive officer of say Jilla Parishad is multifarious. It connects to several departments, connects to people, it connects to NGOs, it connects to government. Every department. So that's a very fulfilling department. Then as a collector, as a district deputy commissioner, then you are representative of the government there. So you have to enforce law and order, you have to bring peace there, keep peace in the area, and also do something. So I think those were very good. But then I came here Bangalore, I found the role of Commissioner BBMP was still tougher because it was highly demanding. So in that sense, every job is important. Every role is important. But like if you have faced any issues being an IAS officer, maybe you have to be connected to the public. So at that point of time, what will be your first thought? How to resolve a problem?
See, when problem comes to you, or the person comes with a problem, you have to see that problem from his or her perspective. Then only you will understand the problem, not the problem as a civil servant. So every situation, every problem has a dynamic situation. So in that dynamic situation, you have to take a call. You have to take a decision whether the problem is genuine, what you can do, how you can help. So with a helping attitude, if you start, I think you can definitely find a solution to every problem. Every problem has a solution, and the law provides for providing solution for those problems. This is what I felt.
That's good, sir. That point is really very, like what you said is, those who come with the problem, you have to stand in their place and you have to analyze. That is very important. So this is a small thing, but so many of them, they will miss it out. But it's a great thing.
I never used to have visiting hours that you are limited to come only during this period. Anytime, whenever I am available, I used to call the visitors. So that way, people felt good and many of their problems got solved.
For a developing country like India, administration part is very important. It plays a vital role. And you have also come up with multiple ideas of innovations, and you have also wrote a book called Administrations and also Innovation, and that is called as Innovations into Administration. So what made you to write this book, and how about this innovations in administration? What does it actually mean?
See, as I said earlier, my initial thought was there that when I have joined this service, I have been privileged to be in this service. So my job is to do real service to the people. That was my thought. So in any position I went there, for example as subdivisional commissioner, we had an issue that there was a drinking water problem in that village, Sindhanur town. So we made people pool money that time and then come forward to participate with government. So we made the citizens committee. In those days they collected more than 30 lakh rupees and then continued the work for drinking water supply. In Mangalore, when I was there, we identified a place where we could put up a good infotainment park. Today, lakhs of people visit that place. Pilikula Nisargdham it's called. In Belgaum, we organize people under the banner of Apna Desh, volunteers from public. So hundreds of classrooms and other community services, people started constructing with their money and government money put together. Like that, I found that people can trust the officials and we can win the trust of the people. And with public coming with you, I think government's policies and programs can be more effective. That's what I always felt.
Sir, and you have also written a book called Community Catalyst. So it is about your life journey. If you want to throw a light on this, what do you want to say?
See, everybody's journey is individual journey, but what it means basically, the title is that how a civil servant can become a catalyst and bring about changes in the society and community. I think that is the essence of both the books. In innovations in administration, my real-time experiences are shared there, some instances are given there. Similarly, in community catalyst, it is the journey, how I became IAS officer, what are the challenges I faced, what is the family background, all those details are given in that.
Okay. You said about the family. May I know about your personal family members also, since we have got the name?
Yeah, I have a wife by name Jagni. I have two daughters. Both the daughters are well educated and they are settled. I have grandchildren also, and they are settled in Jaipur. They are doing jobs and business there.
For any officer or for any person, family support is very much important. If you want to thank your family or if you want to say a few lines about your family for your incredible journey, they were a background or backbone, if I'm not wrong.
Absolutely. See, I'm here today because of my parents. They supported in every situation, though they were having difficulties, but still they were always supported me. And similarly, the relatives, whenever there was need, they also supported. And especially wife, when I used to study outside and all that, but still she stayed alone And in Rajasthan, I got married early.
Okay.
So in all these things also, the family always supported.
So just recalling all your good old days
Yes,
of
yes.
marriage and all.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we see an IAS officer, most of the times on the movie, the entries, exit, they were always on the very great part. So in real life also, do the IAS officer have a really very good powers, or do they have any limitations?
See, powers come with accountability, okay? There are no unlimited powers, and now things are changing. It is not like earlier days. Now everything is, you have to go by the rule book also. At the same time, in these services, you have a flexibility also.
Okay.
If you exercise your authority, write why you are exercising your authority, record the circumstances, then no harm can be done to you. Whatever decision you take, it is your decision. But at that point of time, that's the right decision you have taken. So this is that's how the powers can be used. Otherwise, powers can be misused also.
Yes.
So it depends on how officer uses the powers. The powers are never less. Earlier they had a lot of powers. Now also officers have a lot of powers. In this situation also they can do wonders. This is what I feel.
Okay, so many times we have read in the newspaper, we have seen on the news, both in visual media and print media. So if any officer, if they want to bring a change or any rules to be changed, they will be having a political pressure. This is always heard about the political pressure. Did you face any political pressure, or in this system, is that really true that officers will face the political pressure, and also how the officers will cope up with this, how they will come out of this?
See, we are in a democratic system. We work in a democratic framework in which people exercise the real power. So the power of the people, they express through their mandate, through elections. And whoever gets elected becomes the leader. That's how the political leadership has a primacy in our country. So there is no conflict between them and us. They are also elected to do good for the people. Officers are also there to do good for the people. There are circumstances when tension may happen, there may be misunderstanding, there may not be appreciation of the right thing also. But then officers can always find a way out. They need not compromise in that sense, but they need not openly conflict with them. I think politicians, as per my experience, are good. If larger good is done, they will never come in the way. They are more particular about their own constituencies. If their constituency is not affected by any decision, they will not bother. Even great decisions can be taken. This we have seen many chief ministers, how they decide things. They will decide, they will take any bold decisions. That's what I have seen. So there is no conflict in that sense. But then if we bring our own thing that we are officers, we don't have to follow everything and all that, I think that is something out of place now.
Okay. Sir, in your old service, at any point of time, did you go through any ethical dilemma? If so, how did you resolve it?
No, there can be some circumstances. Once I was there in Shimoga, somebody came to meet me. I allowed him to come. Then he wanted some favor. He said, I will give you money and all that. Then I got angry. I said, get lost from here. So there might be some such cases in different situations. But then we have to stand guard to our things, what values we hold. We have to uphold those values. In a society, all types of elements are there. It depends on the individual to uphold his or her values.
So in India, we have lakhs of responsibilities and we have thousands of officers also. But still, somewhere we find there's a little corruption also. If I'm not wrong, there's more corruption in some places also. So if the word comes corruption, what do you want to say about this?
See, Of course, administration is reflection of what is there in society. So how society has its own values or wrong values, good values are all there. Similarly, in officialdom also you will find people who want to give preference to their own things. If they give preference to their own interests, then they are corrupt in that sense. Using the government machinery, using their powers for their own purpose, not deciding things in public good. It can be corruption can be in many ways. So there are mechanisms to remove that, but then it is a challenge for every society. It's not that corruption is only in India or in Karnataka or anywhere. It is everywhere in any society and in every society. The degree may vary, but then the society as a whole also has to get reformed. If you have to stand in a queue, you have to stand in a queue. If you go out of queue and you want to, by paying speed money, you do that, you are also part to that.
Yeah.
So it is both ways is there.
So in your life, education brought a tremendous change. So you are all today because of the education, and we have seen top people, those who are in that position because of the education. So how education is important to each citizen of this country?
Education is absolutely important. It is with education only that our mobility increases. You will find people in villages, they are there only because they are not educated, that's why they cannot go outside and settle in cities and get good jobs. With education, they can go to any place, anywhere, within the country, outside the country, get good jobs. So it is the education which is a real means of change in the lives of people. So education is really important and always important in every society.
What are the 3 challenges in education system the students are facing?
The education has challenges in the sense the teaching community are not able to cope with the changes happening in the technology. They are not adopting to those technologies. In today's world, many of the students know more than the teacher. So teachers need to upgrade their own skills. That's the challenge. The second challenge is that with technology there are good things and bad things also. So the learning is important. You can learn good things also, bad things also. So you will find many of the younger generations, they are more attracted by the bad elements of the technology. So technology is value neutral. It's the way how we use. So this is a challenge in the education today.
Okay. Sir, after all these years of tremendous work, tireless job and all these things, after the retirement you didn't choose a quiet life or a chill life, but now you are into social service and into education. So what drove you into this?
The main important thing is that I never wanted to sit home.
Okay.
Even though technically I retired after superannuation, I never wanted to be at home, because at home if you are there, you are not active, then your health will deteriorate, mentally you will not be happy. So I wanted to continue to do good service, and the God is kind that I could set up a university with my partner, and we could get a permission of the government of Andhra Pradesh. So we set up a university. Today thousands of students study there. It's in a very backward region of Rayalaseema. And we are able to provide opportunity to them. Now we have started another academy, the best academy for statecraft and enterprise, wherein we are preparing students how to prepare for civil services and other examinations, and also we are guiding them how to face interviews, how to get jobs. So that's how our team in BAS is doing.
Oh, okay, that's great. You're already into education and social service. So you have to be always working and energetic as you're always there. So like after the retirement or in the service, when the civil servant can be more impactful on the society? Is it in the service or after the retirement?
I think the impact of a person depends on the person himself. We can be effective both in service also, after service also. See, in a society, what I personally feel is that as an individual, we are an individual entity. If I get a privilege of working in a society as a civil servant, I can do lot of things there also. And even if I am not a civil servant, as an individual, I can make contribution for a social change in my own sphere. So everybody in that way is useful to society, and that feeling if we have, then we can be useful everywhere. We can make impact.
Okay. So for too many youngsters, they would love to clear the IAS exam and to support the society. But if the people, they are not clear their exam, how they can help the society and how they can contribute towards the society?
It's a very interesting question you have asked. Of course, in civil services or in exams, only limited number of people can pass. The remaining people also are equally competent and good. So there is no end of the road for them. If they don't clear or not able to clear for one reason or the other, they can contribute in many ways. They can continue to guide others, inspire others, and motivate others, and also be in touch with officials who are in service, take their experiences and arrange guidance to the youngsters. For example, this academy in which I am associated, this Best Academy, our employees themselves are civil service aspirants. So for some reason they could not get through. Now they are contributing by serving that organization and then guiding others. So this way people can take this as a route. They can go back in the society, they can do business, they can do other activities, and in their business also they can support such people.
Since now we are into education, even all the primary school children and all, they're facing trouble in the education system. There's a huge difference between Indian education system and also the abroad education system. In Europe and all, children, they don't even study ABCD in the primary, but here they start studying paragraphs and all. It is putting a pressure on the children. We can see so many suicidal cases since they don't have higher percentage, and pressure from the society, pressure from the parents. What do you want to say about this, sir?
I think in India we are parents are more anxious than the children. So they want their aspirations to be fulfilled through children. If they did not succeed somewhere, they want their children to be the number one, or to be on the top. So they put more pressure in our case, the parents. Maybe they want good for the child, but then it has to be commensurate to the age, understanding of the child. Unnecessary pressure need not be put on the child. We see that the younger generation is very smart in India. See, you will see many of our the multinational companies are headed by Indians at the top. So they are doing well everywhere. Because of large population, large competition is there, tough competition is there, there are challenges. So we need to educate our students or children or our own wards. Parents also have to understand the limitations. Everybody cannot reach on the top. Some people will reach to the top, some people may not reach at the top, but then that's not the end of the road for them. So they should be considerate and they should be accommodative in their I think thinking.
Okay, so it is, as you said, there is limited seats in IAS. Everybody can't become officers, and also limited maybe financial restrictions for everybody can't opt for the medical or engineering.
Yes.
So what do you want to say for the parents, especially a message to the parents?
My appeal to parents would be that your wards are very important to you, their lives are very important to you. You want them to succeed. Similarly, they are also to be made aware of their own goals or their life goals. And I think as long as you have given them good education, you have done your duty. You should be happy with that. Rest of the things they will take care of. The younger generation, as I said, in India is very smart. They are good. They know how they will survive. So they are good at it. We need not put unnecessary pressure is my appeal.
Okay. So talking about the social media, it is a very impactful media nowadays. So back in those days, there was no social media. But now, even the officers, we can see they are on Instagram, they are on Reels, they are connecting the people there. So does it really give a boost to the officers being on the social media? Is it helpful for the good governance? Or it is a distraction?
I think social media is a different thing. I think nowadays it's important. If you are doing good things, if you highlight, it's good. But it is not that we should go all out for publicizing ourselves. The real work, if it's done in the society, then only it will benefit to the community. Otherwise, mere being in social media, being present there is not going to help the people. It can inspire some people, of course, in certain cases. But then the real good has to be done by civil servant by discharging all their duties which are expected of that position they are holding. That's what I believe.
Sir, in your era, if the social media was powerful as this, would you be if you got this era of social media, will you be interested to connect the people through social media?
Of course, I would have also used the positive aspects of social media. Like for example, we used to do the inspire people for community service through Apna Desh. Making them contribute for the public good. So such examples which were there in those days, we could have given more highlight to those. That would have inspired more communities in other areas. So it would have given benefit to in that sense.
Since you took a word of community service, so in Western European countries and all, we can find small punishments like serving the community called as community service. Now in new BNSS it is implemented now in India. But what do you want to say about community service?
See, community service is not a new thing in India actually. We even during pre-independence time also, we have seen as children also. The community assets used to be maintained by the community. For example, village tank is there, village well is there. They used to repair it by contributing money or contributing labor in that. Every year they used to do before rainy season is over. Roads they used to repair themselves. So like this community service used to be there earlier also. Donors were there earlier who donated lands for schools, hospitals. They donated money for buildings for these communities. So this has been always one part of the society. Now the government has made a law. There is a contribution which has to be done by CSR by the industries also. That also is a law. So in real sense, the desire to serve the community has to come from within. And we take so much from the society. So we should always think of giving something to the society. We cannot give everything to society, but at least something if we think and we have that intention of doing good service, I think a lot of good can happen in our society.
Sir, after retirement also you are actively working. So did you face challenges before the retirement or after the retirement? I mean, as in retired IAS officer or officer on duty?
I think challenges are everywhere. That's what I believe. The challenges were there in service also. Challenges are there now also. As an entrepreneur, if you go, you face same challenges. You have to go to same system. You have to get your work done. So here also there are challenges. The students are also coming from the society. So you have to mold them. You have to motivate them. So everywhere challenges are there, both in service, outside service, because challenges exist in the society, and we all work in the society.
So nowadays we can see young chaps like in 21 years, 24 years and all, they are clearing the IAS exams and they are becoming an officer. So what do you want to say for this young officers?
My advice to young officers is to never lose their heart and always be hopeful. The service has so much of protection from the system, from the constitution, and as our leaders envisaged earlier while framing the constitution, that is a steel frame of the society. So in that sense, it is a real steel frame. So our country is such a vast country with so many varieties of language, culture, traditions, and on various counts we are divided, but then there is a unity in diversity. So that unity has to be upheld by us, and this service is meant to do that. So they should always look forward to doing that.
There are lakhs of IAS aspirants, those who are writing the exams, but only few clear, as you said earlier. So what do you want to say to the others who couldn't clear the exams due to different reasons, or number of attempts are failed? What do you want to say about them?
My advice to them is that never lose heart. They should keep trying as long as they have the opportunities to do that. If they don't get into it, then they should try others also. We should not close other options also. They can join other services, do other activities also. It is never end of the road for anyone. It's our life. Whatever we get is good. If we don't get it, we should try to make best of our own lives in whatever way is possible. That's what I feel.
When you were preparing for the examination, there was a limited source, but now there are too many sources through the internet or the libraries, private libraries and other resources, government libraries, all those things, and of course the social media. So sometimes we feel that too many cooks spoil the dish. So what do you want to guide for our young aspirants? What exactly they have to go through? So because it is all leading for a confusion.
Yeah. Of course, as you said, there is a knowledge explosion. So much of knowledge is everywhere. So they have to filter the knowledge. Earlier we used to search for knowledge. Now knowledge is everywhere. But which knowledge is true? What is useful? I think that understanding will come in them when they keep good company. They should find out who is a good person, good colleague, peer who can help them with them prepare the examination. They should join good institutions which can really guide them. They are not for money. They should join good institutions. So that search they have to do it. And then they have to also make hard work. There is no shortcut to success. For success there is only 1% inspiration, 99% is a perspiration. That is what is said.
What do you want to say for the youth, sir, like young Indians, those who are watching you now?
I think my word of advice to them is that India is our country, it is your country, and you are the future leaders. The country belongs to you, and you will be the future of the country. If you make your future bright, the country's future will automatically be bright.
What do you want to say about Apna Desh? How did it create an impact on you and to the society?
Apna Desh, as I said, was an initiative of motivating the people to do community work, to join hands with government. With that intent we started, and in those days when I was in service, I was active. A lot of things happened, but post-retirement, since we didn't have access to them, it is only certain districts which is doing very well. People are still continuing the voluntary work, which was there in total literacy campaign. Subsequently, they are doing now for keeping the environment clean and making people aware of many good things. So in some districts, still a lot of volunteers are doing good work.
Okay, so award and recognition are very important. It is just like booster. So which is your unforgettable memory when it comes to awards and recognition in the entire service?
I think for me the entire service is an award for me. It's a reward for me. I got some awards during service given by many organizations also. I'm thankful to them. But I am grateful that I could get support of all the leaders, all the chief ministers during my service. They recognized my services, the ministers in those times. I never asked for any posting anytime, anywhere. So whatever post was given to me, I took it as a final and then started working for that post. That's how I worked in the entire career, and I think that that was good. I could make impact in every position.
Your work experience, what do you want to say?
Okay. The life has to be taken as a journey, and for me in the civil services, I took it as a part of journey. And as I said earlier, I enjoyed every part of the service in every position. I never went for seeking any particular posting at particular time. And many times we had pressures from the higher ups for doing certain things or not doing certain things. But then diplomatically we could overcome those things. There are many instances which are very interesting, how the decisions are taken at government level. When I was in South Canara as a collector, that time one observer came from J&K, and he sent report to Election Commission saying that this collector is not giving us support and all that. Then I asked him what support he wanted. And we gave him everything, but then still he expected a protocol which was not there in this part of the system. He thought that his life is threatened and all that. There is nothing like this in Karnataka. It's a peaceful state, and accordingly we provided him security. When then later on, when after completing his duties, he realized it was a mistake on his part to expect too much from the district administration beyond what was expected from him. Similarly, once I was on another election duty, I came to report for here because the Prime Minister had called a meeting here. Though I was in election duty, I was not supposed to be there. I told my colleague that you please, if any message comes from Election Commission saying that he has gone round he is on rounds. Instead of saying that, he said he has gone back to Bangalore. So I found it difficult to give explanation to Election Commission at that point of time. So there can be very awkward situations also. Even if you want to do good for the society, you may find awkward situations many times.
Okay.
But it's all in the game. That's what I feel.
Many young generation nowadays, they are feeling less attraction towards the government job, but more attractive towards the private sectors. What do you want to say about this?
Yeah, things are changing because we are talking of least governance now. We are not talking of over governance like it was used to be earlier thing. So the role of bureaucrats and administrators is limited now, and more position and space is there for the rule of law and for the society. So there are changes, but then still the aspirants are not less. Their number is not decreasing.
Too many citizens of the country, they don't trust or they don't have a faith on the government or the politics. Which system or what will make you to restrain the faith in the system?
See, of course, we have to have a faith in our system. Our constitution is one of the best. It has taken best features from all over the other systems, and it has withstood the test of time also. The country has grown from what was it during independence till now. Now it is one of the largest economies the country has. Our voice is heard everywhere in the world, and countries like America, they are perceiving India as a challenge. So such challenges are also coming for a country. So India has grown by leaps and bounds, and the role of a system is always there in all these things.
Okay. So for the students, those who are watching this podcast, can you please say any mantra of life or any life lesson?
I would say that if they take my example, my background, they should get hope that they can always be successful, they can achieve the success, and it's possible. If the human being wants to do something, wants to achieve something, nothing is impossible. That's what I feel.
So any one book recommendation, sir?
I think they have to find for themselves.
Any one life lesson?
Life lesson is respect the elders, respect what society has given to you, and you give back to the society.
All right. And so what is your vision and mission for the next decade?
We do not know anything about tomorrow or next moment, but as long as God has given us life, we should continue to do the hard work, what we have done so far, and keep doing good work. As Lord Krishna said, keep doing good things, never expect the results. That is the mantra we should follow.
Okay, so we can see everywhere AI, and artificial intelligence has taken a huge place for the day-to-day things also. People are dependent on that. What do you want to say about AI and this generation?
I think we should not stop using our mind. Our mind is the greatest thing which God has given us, all of us. And as researchers and people say that we use about 2 to 5% of our brain power. So this itself is a major storehouse of intelligence with us. We should not minimize using it. So we should use technology, machine technology, all that has to be done, but that should be for betterment of ourselves. We should not become lazy. Everything should not be dependent on that. So that I think younger generation has to keep in mind.
Okay. So do you have any mentor in your life, or how mentor is important for an IAS aspirant for their preparation for the exams? Nowadays we can see in the social media mentorship, and it is very famous now.
The mentors, were not fortunate to have proximity with good people who could inspire, but we used to have a good company in villages. We used to hear good stories, old stories, mythological stories, and I think those were the source of inspiration for us. And as I said, the parents, the surroundings, everywhere we could meet good people, and they always thought good about us.
Okay. For the preparation of civil service, do a student really need a mentor? Nowadays we are finding everywhere in the social media mentorship and different courses for them.
I think mentors do help in that sense, but then the real thing which is important we should realize is that I should focus and decide goals. What is that I want to do first? There should not be confusion there. Once I decide that my goals, these are my goals, and if I put in hard work commensurate to that goal, I think success is bound to come.
Okay. For those students, those who are watching this podcast, can you please suggest any one life mantra or any one lesson for them?
My advice to you is that keep doing hard work. Nothing is impossible. You will succeed. You will see success in your life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time, and thank you very much for gracing our podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.